Hello, my name is Paulina, and I'm here to read this article called Tracking the Companies That Track You Online. This was on August 19th, 2010, so, I don't know what NPR and WHYY is, so, I'm gonna turn that color red because I have no idea what those are. And right here, because I don't know what it is, but okay. Don't. No. Oops. He's getting good at how to type. No. Okay. And so then August 19th, 2012, that's 2 years ago. It's not that recent, but I guess it's important because it's the date of when this article was done. It was also original article. One of important stuff in I can't see. Okay. Oh my god, I forgot to spell important. Okay. One of the I'm gonna hide this for now. One of the fastest growing online businesses is a business of spying on internet users by using sophisticated software to track movements through the web, so that the information can be sold to advertisers. So, this is practically saying that people use software to track what other people are doing, and then sold to people that are selling stuff, kind of in a confusing way, but I guess that's what it's trying to say. So I'm going to highlight that it's okay, so software to track movements through the web, so the information to be sold to advertisers. Okay, so I think that's important because it is. Julia and Gwen recently led a team of reporters from the Wall Street Journal in analyzing the tracking software. I've heard of this before, but I still don't know what it is, so I'm gonna highlight it red. And I don't know who she is. Tracking software. So I'm guessing they're reporters. Yeah. They discovered that nearly all of the most commonly visited websites gather information in real time about the behavior of online users, and many internet users are unaware that this information is being tracked. Whoa, that's and traded. Didn't finish the sentence there. But that's just wow. This sounds like this is wow. I didn't know that. I had no idea that happened, but wow, it's just freaked me out. Highlighted. Because it's important. Wouldn't you like to know somebody was looking at your information and you didn't know? Okay. Oh my god. Okay, I finally highlighted it. So from the interview with Gwen's Julia, using her last name, how cookies and beacons work. Cookies and beacons. Don't know what they are. Cookies and beacon. Wait. Oops. Supposed to. I'm gonna change the color. Cookies and beacons. I probably should take it off. I don't know how though. Oops. Wait. Oh my god. Undo. I could have done that. I'm gonna highlight what this is. They're cookies and beacons because I have no idea. Based on the Wall Street Journal profile, 26-year-old Ashley Haynes Beatty and what tracking companies knew about. I know someone that's 26. My uncle's 26. So I'll highlight that. It's like I'm making connections. Pink. 26-year-old, because it's like she's young. Maybe they can name Ashley, but that's not really important. With tracking companies. Okay, so that sentence isn't really that relevant or like not important. So I'm not really gonna do anything else with it. Connections, really. Connections. I typed weird when I'm nervous, so bear with me. Okay, so I'm gonna hide it again. The company tracking Ashley knew all of her favorite movies, her age, her hometown, and that she liked quizzes and entertainment news. She was given an ID number, which was stored on her computer in something called a cookie. Okay, let's go back to the sentence. That is really scary to know, like, that people actually do that. Like, they knew her favorite movies, her age, her hometown. That's scary. And she was given an ID number, which was stored on her computer in something called cookie. A cookie. I underlined that too. You did, but it has a little blue number 1, so I guess that means that it has a footnote. So let's go down here. It says a cookie is something we did not discuss. Okay, that's not really important, but basically cookies track what you do and are automatically installed when you visit websites. So it's something that, okay, and well, that explains it. And oftentimes when you visit a website, these cookies are installed without you knowing. That I disagree with that. I think you should know what gets like installed in your computer, and you should know it, or like whatever device you're using, because I think that's kind of something in some way, somehow, like violating your rights. Separately, when she went to some websites, they had a different kind of technology called a beacon. Don't know what that is, which is another tracker that tries to figure out what you're doing while you're on a page. Okay, let's go down to beacon. A beacon are so they're basically software that tracks what you're doing on a computer for advertising purposes. I wonder if they could use like the beacons and cookies to like do something dangerous, like stalk you or something, or like that's basically what they're doing, but for business. But can they do it to harm you? So in her case, this beacon was actually seeing her activity around movies in particular. She had listed her favorite movies on a website, and it saw that she was typing those in and captured the data and stored it in a file. Sorry, my throat is starting to hurt. Which is stored at some mothership where there's a little jar that has her ID number, and inside the jar it says, "These are her favorite movies." Whoa, sorry. Wait, was that a whole sentence? Yeah, really long sentence. That is, I still say this whole thing is creepy, and information about you through these little things you don't even know existed. Well, of course you know they existed, but you didn't know that they were using them to track you and all your activities. So, should I highlight anything? So she was typing in those and captured that and stored it in a profile. Okay, so that's important, right? And anytime they find more information about it, they added more to the file. They add more to the file. It's weird. On dictionary.com, the website with the most trackers installed among the 50 most popular websites, the one site that installed the most was dictionary.com. The visit to dictionary.com resulted in 234 trackers being installed on art test computer, and only 11 of those were installed. Whoa. Wait, dictionary.com. Okay. Okay. 200. Whoa. And only 11 of those were installed by dictionary.com. That is crazy. Like, really? Wow. On private concerns, it's totally fair to say the tracking companies don't know your name, but my feeling is if they know everything else about you, does it matter that they don't know your name? Because it feels intrusive. Wait, right. That is kind of confusing, but I agree with it. Like, if they have so many information about you, what does it matter if they do or do not know your name? Because it feels okay, I don't know that word, so wait, don't know that word. Where is it? Oh, okay. Intrusive. To have someone know so much about you, particularly when we do so much online. That's so true. When I look at my record of my browsing history is a list of all the pages you visited on a computer, sorted by date. Okay. I look at what pages I look at. It really seems to be a record of my thoughts. One question is, knowing your name through a definition of okay, I do not know how to pronounce that. But it says right here, if someone is anonymous, they are unknown, cannot be identified, and are said to have an anonymity. Okay, still having trouble with that word. But I guess these are privacy concerns and something should be important. The question is that they're asking is the name or definition of anatomy, and whatever that means. Anatomy is something else. Sorry. So yeah, this is article from tracking companies that track you online. I actually am pretty confused by this whole article. I know, article. I guess they're saying that cookies. They're trying to figure out if cookies and beacons are hurtful in some way because they find so many information about you that they store, and sometimes it doesn't really matter if they know your name or not. It's just about the information that they know about you, if that makes any sense. Well, I'm done. So, yeah. Goodbye.